Dreamer here, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about Black Myth Wukong one more time before the game actually releases. That's right, the game does release in about, I think, like 5 days if my math is correct. And excitement's high. Everybody really seems to be on board for this game, mostly everybody. And yeah, this game really just seems to be everything we wanted it to be, and might even be more than what we think. Now, the reason I'm doing this video is because I'm going to be doing this new thing with all the games, because obviously summer has been really dry. There really hasn't been any big releases outside of Shadow of the Erdtree and Hellblade 2 throughout the entirety of summer. And so with all these new games, I decided I'm going to do this new little kind of video where I don't know if I'm going to call it anything specific, but I guess I'm going to be titling it my final expectations. And basically I'm gonna, right before like the Metacritic score comes out, or right before reviews start rolling out, I want to give my final expectations, where I sit at the game right before I play it. And there's a couple reasons. Number one, just because I think, you know, I do these videos where I talk about a lot of the details of games, and I just look at it and rant and be excited for it. But I want there to be a video where you can really see how I feel about a game before it comes out. And the other reason is there's a lot of interesting things in the gaming industry, especially when it comes to opinions, when it comes to media, when it comes to bias and stuff like that. And I think for me, it's really important to stay true to who you are and play games for your own good rather than other people's sake. You shouldn't play games because other people tell you to do it. You shouldn't play games because everyone else is doing it. You shouldn't play games because you feel like you have to. Video games is a choice for entertainment, and I want to be able to go into a game with my opinion and my opinion alone. Now, granted, yes, I'm going to look at reviews. I'm going to see the Metacritic score. But my big thing is I don't want those things to impact how I feel about a game. If a game gets a 6 out of 10, but I think it's a 10 out of 10, then it is what it is. I think it's a 10 out of 10. I don't think people should take media and take other people's tweet, especially on social media, and make that affect your experience. Because at the end of the day, everybody's experience in a game is going to be completely different. And I want these videos to basically be a way to, like, before reviews and any of that come out, you know exactly how I feel about a game. That way, when the game comes out, when reviews come out, this video is here to be like, no, I stand by what I said. I meant what I said. And just because some other people don't feel the same way doesn't mean I should change the way I feel. And I feel like I want to do a video like that for every game, so I can really get my opinion out there. Number one, for myself, but number two, just for my friends and community that watch my videos and like to hear my opinions. Then it is here for them as well. And also just because there are details about games that release before the game actually comes out, and in case you're like on the fence, should I get it, should I not, am I gonna wait, am I gonna bid it, maybe a video like this can really help you sell on it if you're at that place, or it'll help you just decide I'm gonna pass, and that's completely okay. And that's what this video here is for. I'm gonna give my final expectations, where I think it'll end, where I think it'll land, and we're gonna talk about it. But if you guys love video games, thank you all so much for watching. If you love Xbox, Nintendo, PlayStation, whatever, I appreciate any support you give me. This is the place to be. We talk about gaming daily. Let's get talking about Black Myth Wukong. Now, I'm gonna just keep it real. I think the chances of this game being a Game of the Year contender for me are very, very high. I've just been very, very excited for this game. Everything I've seen about this game just screams masterpiece material. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, the only thing that I'm a little worried about is the story. I think the world building and the lore is going to be phenomenal. But for me, I do like that front and center story. So I am curious how I'm gonna land on that aspect of the game. I know it is based on like the Journey to the West or something, Chinese mythology. I don't really know about that, so I'm going to be going in this completely blind. And yeah, I am a little bit curious on that. But when I look at the gameplay, when I look at music, when I look at visuals, when I look at the content and the enemies and progression, everything, all of it just seems so dang good. And I cannot be more excited. I genuinely am as hyped as can be for this game. And What's even better is they did release a final trailer for this game a couple days ago. I did a reaction to that. Thank you all so much for the support on that video, by the way. It has been one of my most successful videos in recent memory. And yeah, that trailer was absolutely phenomenal. That was a masterpiece of a trailer just by itself, low-key. And yeah, that trailer really just raised my excitement from a 10 out of 10 to a 20 out of 10. It really was that good. And yeah, that trailer not only just worked for me, but I feel like it worked for everybody. Everybody now on Twitter and social media is talking about how this is a legitimate Game of the Year contender, and the numbers are kind of proving it. We have information that Black Myth: Wukong is currently the #1 top selling Steam game. It is the #1 most wishlisted Steam game. It is the #1 most followed upcoming Steam game. Deluxe and collector's editions are sold out. The final trailer, which I was just talking about, had 1 million views in 24 hours. Who knows what's even at right now? And the trailer has a 1% dislike ratio. They also, the studio Game Science behind the game, they released a Black Myth: Wukong benchmark tool, which basically allows players to go in there and run a test of their PC to see their performance capabilities. You know, how high frame rates can it run? How good is the resolution for their PC? How good is their hardware to run the game? And the testing thing alone peaked at 85,000 players. Just to test their PC, not even to play the game, just to test the PC, it reached 85,000 players, which makes it among the top 20 most played games within the past day. And that is just absolutely incredible numbers. And just honestly, I've never even seen like something like that happen, where like a testing thing does so well. And then apparently a review leaked early of this game, and apparently it takes like 90 hours to do 100% completion. And apparently the review is very, very positive. I'm not surprised by that. I imagine it is going to be a really well received game. And yeah, I am just really, really excited for this game. You know, I'm not going to predict the Metacritic score or anything, because at the end of the day, I don't really care about Metacritic score. I find it interesting to see like where it ends up, but it's not something that's going to impact the way I feel about a game. It's just not how it is. I don't know if it ever really has been. But yeah, this is a game where I'm just super duper excited because, like I said, it's been really dry throughout most of summer, and this is the first game that's come out in a long time, and it's kind of kicking off the whole rest of 2024. Like from this week forward, it's just game after game after game after game, week after week after week. And that's really, really exciting for me. I can't wait to do a bunch of content on this game. I can't wait to just give my review. And yeah, I really just wanted to make this video one final talk, one final conclusion of my expectations. And I'm going to be doing that hopefully for most games coming out this year. Now, there are so many games coming out, and there's only so many days in a week, and I don't like to cram my upload schedule. So I don't know if I'm going to do like a final expectation for everybody, but definitely the ones I'm genuinely excited for and the ones that I think are going to be the biggest, I'm going to do a final expectations. I'm going to do one for Star Wars, that's for sure, which is also this month. And yeah, I really just am super duper excited. That final trailer was so cool. I haven't really had a chance to talk about it in a video outside of my reaction, but the whole ending scene with those 4 guardians or whatnot is, oh my gosh, such an awesome shot. It gives me like Thor from Infinity War vibes. Absolutely awesome. And then they actually finally showed a lot of the boss transformation gameplay. Looks sick. It looks like there's gonna be so much variety within the game. The music once again slaps. They played some like very interesting music in that final trailer, and boy was it so cool. And then yeah, the game just continues to visually look stunning. It looks super fun. It looks super polished. The game has gone gold for a long time now. This really just does seem like it's going to land on its feet. I'd be shocked if it doesn't. And the thing is, reviews do lift on Friday. So if you are curious about all the reviews or the Metacritic score, you will be able to see that on Friday. I'm very curious where it will land. But yeah, I think the big thing for me is story. I've said it multiple times. I'm very confident I'm going to love the gameplay. I'm going to love the world. I'm going to love the visuals, music, etc. But this is a conversation I think I'm going to have on the podcast this week with our special guest. Austin is going to be the special guest this week. I think I want to have this conversation because I think it's kind of interesting, is what is your most important aspect about a game? What do you think is the most important or the strongest aspect about a game? Because I think it's very clear gameplay is king. You know, if a game has good gameplay, you're gonna like the game. But I also think there's another perspective where, while I think gameplay is the most important, I almost think story is the strongest aspect about a game. When I look at games that I love, when I think about something like Ghost of Tsushima, like Alan Wake 2, I love those games so much because of the story. I think story has the highest potential to make you fall in love with a game. I think in order to like a game, it has to have good gameplay. That's just a rule of life. That's just a rule of gaming, period. But I think in order to truly fall in love with the game, it needs a good story. I'm not saying there are some games that need stories. Like, there are some multiplayer games like a lot of Nintendo games don't have super deep stories or anything. But I do think story is probably the strongest aspect for me. Gameplay is obviously king, obvious, but story definitely is maybe the second most important, if not the most important, when it comes to certain angles when looking at a game. And for me, Black Myth Wukong is definitely going to have that uphill battle for me, just because while all the other aspects look great, haven't been sold on the story. Don't even know what the story truly is about outside of it's based on the Journey to the West Chinese mythology stuff, which I have no idea what that is. So I'm kind of going into a blind. I know it kind of sounds like a broken record, but listen, bottom line is my final expectations. I do think this will probably be a Game of the Year contender for me. I do believe this is going to be a phenomenal game. I am super duper excited. It's currently in my top 5 most anticipated games at the time of speaking this. I know it's only a week away, but like it is. And yeah, very, very excited for Black Myth Wukong. You let me know down in the comments section below, what is your guys' hype level, 0 out of 10. For me, I'm a 10 out of 10 for hype level. I genuinely just think I haven't, honestly, it feels good being excited for a game like this. Because like I said, summer's been dry, so I'm ready for this game to kickstart it all. It's gonna kickstart what is gonna be an insane next 6 months, and I just can't wait. And yeah, we'll see how it lands. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, definitely leave a like, comment in the section on below provided, and please subscribe. And I will see you all in the next one. I'll see you next week for a bunch of Black Myth Wukong content. I don't know exactly what all I'm gonna do. I'm definitely gonna do a gameplay video. I'm gonna try and do a gameplay video for most big games that come out. Like I'm gonna do like a little highlights of my first 2 hours playing the game or whatnot, or just the opening, maybe the ending, me capturing the ending. I am gonna do some sort of gameplay content for it. I'm gonna do my review, of course, and then I don't know, we'll do something else. After the game, I want to do maybe like a boss tier list. I feel like that could be really, really cool. I don't know, it'd be really hard to set up because there's gonna be so many bosses, and I'm gonna have to try and remember every boss. So we'll see how all that plays out. But yeah, I do want to do a lot of content in this game, and that goes for most games coming out this year. Content's gonna be heavy this year. Content's been going great. We've been going pretty much consistently throughout all of summer, which is the best I've ever done ever. So we're gonna keep that momentum going for the rest of the year. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Johnny Morrell. Peace.